Greetings, YouTube. I want to start off this video with a disclaimer. You see, it is easy for people to not watch videos, to just look at and interpret titles of videos or thumbnails, to manipulate them for their own personal gain, and then to distort reality based off of what they want the message to say for their audience. A few weeks ago, I made a post about how I really wish Kabam would have just brought back the event from last year, the 1 million point milestone for a 5-star crystal. And I put the thumbnail as the year 2020. I used past tense in the title, and I talked about how this would be really nice to see now that the community is really aching for something to get excited about, especially with all the bugs and lag and everything else. But that we didn't have any hope anytime soon that it would appear. Put out the video, and naturally, quite a few people said that it was clickbait because the event hadn't happened. And of course, my response was, of course it hadn't happened. It was in the past, and I was talking about how I wanted it to be in the future. Well, fast forward to this video, which I'm going to be discussing something that happened in the past, hasn't happened yet, and I hope happens soon in the future. What we're about to talk about is something that I'm guessing most people watching this video right now are familiar with. And that is what started as a one-year thing and has ended up being mostly a tradition where Kabam gives every member of the community above a certain level, I think it started out at level 6, we'll talk about that in a second, a boost, not just for experience points, although for experience points I really do value that for newer summoners, because, well, if you're not level 60, and I guess that would include a lot more than just newer summoners, you can level up faster, and that's a huge advantage to Kabam too, because the more you level up, in theory, the more excited you are to play the game. The more excited you are to play the game, the less likely you are to leave it. But more importantly, for all summoners, especially those of you who, like me, have been level 60 for years and years and years, I can't tell you when I went to level 60. I just know it was over 3, maybe 4 years ago. But regardless, you also get a boost for your gold and your battle chips. And that is a very much pro player move that Kabam used to give us in June, but now gives us, maybe it's in August, maybe it'll be in December. Sometimes it's twice a year, sometimes it's once a year. But I feel like, given the stress and the confusion and the anger about the Summoner Resort event and how they took away the traditional Summoner Appreciation Calendar and made it like some people call it the Summoner Depreciation Calendar, this would be the perfect kind of event to get people back on the loyal graces of Kabam by offering them that everybody could benefit from. And also, selfishly, I have hoarded well over 1,000 gold crystals waiting for this event to come back. But I want to take you way back. We're talking about the Summoner Appreciation event way back when they came up with this. Check out the banner. It's Civil Warrior, it's Carnage, it's Punisher, it's Winter Soldier, it's Punisher 2099. Back when that meant something in the banner. So yes, several years ago. But I came across this forum post when I was looking up the history of the Gold Boost event, and I thought, it's really important that we talk about what used to happen when the game would lag and crash. And I want to say, off the top, Kabam has given us 2 compensation packages, which I felt were very good, especially for glory, 6,000 glory. But regardless of that, let's just talk about the Summoner Appreciation event that was. Check out what used to happen in a forum post. We have been working hard to squash bugs and bring the contest back to its normal self. Does that sound familiar? Can you say, this post feels like it could also be written today? We've got a fun 4-week Summoner Appreciation event to say thank you for sticking with us while we get the contest back into working order. So keep in mind, that's what the game used to do. They used to thank you just for playing the game. Kabam knew that you had thousands, hundreds of thousands of options that didn't include the Marvel Casino of Champions, and so they were just thankful that you stuck with them, and they wanted to say thanks. This is also why I didn't really have a problem with the Summoner Resort event if they had included that as a new addition to the Summoner Appreciation Calendar. In fact, I probably would have bought it day one and then said, Kabam's given us this great calendar. I don't mind paying a little extra for twice as many units as normal and then a bunch of other free items that I may or may not need. But of course, when you took away the calendar and replaced it with it, and then had things like the $5 weekly refresh opportunity, it just looks more like a cash grab versus a thank you to the community for sticking with you. This was not the case years ago. You are seeing nothing in this post that talks about you spending any money. It's just talking about appreciating the community for sticking with what was, in the minds of the developers, still a very importantly growing game. This was before featured Cavalier Crystals. This was before the casino really became the casino and was mostly, I don't know, a conference center, a convention center. All right, 4-week-long Summoner Appreciation event starts today. We'll update what will be happening at the beginning of each week right here on the official Contest of Champions blog. Here's the schedule for the start and end of each week. So, back in the day, 4-week event. Week 1, and keep in mind, for all the people out there who said, oh, these things only start in August or December, just point them to this video and show them that this actually once upon a time started in June. Imagine that. June 5th to June 12th was week 1. 12th to 19th, week 2. 19th to 26th, week 3. And then week 4, ending on July 4th, which was a very important day because July 4th used to be the day that July 4th offers dropped. Now, of course, it's July 4th weekend, and it's the Friday of that weekend that the offers are available for multiple days until usually at least Monday. Here's what's happening in the contest for week 1 of the Summoner Appreciation event. Global Experience Points Boost. Increase your Summoner level with the temporary 20% Experience Points boost. This will apply to all Experience Points earned in the game for this week. You must be above level 6 and below level 60 in order to receive this boost. This boost will remain for the entire 4 weeks. To sweeten this even more, we'll add additional global boost each week. Okay, so not a big deal to a lot of players because you're already level 60, so this doesn't apply to you. But for players that are in the levels that are 50s or 40s, this would be tremendous. And Kabam has talked about how they want to grow a huge segment of the player base, which on certain holidays now they are lumping in between level 5 and uncollected, which covers a lot of progression and a lot of people. This would be perfect for that segment of the player base. Week 2, added gold boost, 20% increase in gold earned. Again, if they just brought that back and nothing else, I think a lot of people would be happy to end the month of July, or maybe they want to do it in the month of August. We'll see. Week 3, added gold and battle chip boost, 20% increase in gold and battle chips earned. Obviously, that's also really exciting. And keep in mind, for the gold, that was now week 2 and week 3, not just 5 days or 7 days, because sometimes when Kabam brings this back, they're really, lack of a better word, they're chintzy with it. They're cheap. They bring it back for a week or 5 days, and they say, oh, you didn't open your crystals? Too bad. You have to wait another year for this to come back. And then week 4, added gold, battle chips, attack, and health boosts. That's right. Remember back in the day, you veteran players, when everybody's PI would just go up by 20% because it was like for a week, all of your champions just had a temporary 20% boost every day you logged in. That was amazing. I love that. The arenas, you got more points, you ended fights faster than obviously with the event quests, you got fights down quicker. But this was before uncollected. In fact, if you scroll down, you'll see Alliance Team Revives for Glory, Reduced Alliance Quests. There was no Map 7. Map 6 was it. You had the Halls of Fortune, and then check out Normal Difficulty, Heroic Difficulty, Master Difficulty, and that's it. No Uncollected, no Cavalier Crystals, no Grandmaster Crystals. This is what the game used to be. Also, they used to encourage Mastery Cores in a 22-hour solo event, rank rewards, donation bonuses, which of course now we don't donate to Alliance treasuries. We purchase tickets. I'm not saying all this has to come back. I'm not saying it has to come back for 4 weeks. I just wanted to show people who actually watch this video what used to be the case, not in August or December, but in June. Now, who cares about June 2021? That's old news. But what we do know is that this would be really nice to have. And I don't expect Kabam to have a 4-week celebration event because they're not that generous anymore. 2 weeks is probably even too generous. Maybe 1 week we'll have to do. But just some knowledge that we don't have to potentially spend money for this to happen and that Kabam will bring it back to us, that would be really nice. That is my plea for this video. That is my plea for the community, especially those of you that reached out and said, Prof, I'd really like you to discuss this event because I miss it and I've been waiting for it and my morale is low and I could really use it. When people say this to me, I don't view them as like greedy freeloaders like some of the Kabam loyalists in the forums say. I just view them as people that remember a better time in the game where players, regardless of how much they spent, were given incentives and a thank you for giving their time to the game. I know this is a little bit longer than usual. I try to keep videos at 5 minutes or less, and this is over 10 minutes. But I wanted to talk about the origins of this event and map out exactly why I hope it returns. Like I said in the beginning, this is not me trying to say it's here. It's me showing you what used to happen and what I hope happens in the future. There are still probably going to be people who don't watch this video and they just comment, "I can't believe he said we can get gold boost right now. What a clickbait cracker." I don't know what to tell you, dude. I didn't say that. But you can interpret it how you will, especially when you can get clicks off it, and very cheap clicks at that. Have a good rest of your day, YouTube. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this event comes very soon.